No volume. We're live now. We're live now. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Carl's Wine Club members, Canadian wine lovers, welcome. It is 5 o'clock. Okay, fine. A couple minutes after 5 o'clock. And yeah, 5 o'clock Pacific, dealing with a little bit of a technical issue. A little bit. Hopefully it's getting resolved. Hopefully people can hear me. We have a bunch of people here joining us on Instagram at the moment. So everyone in Instagram, good evening. Facebook, good evening. You're hearing me fine? Perfect, because I cannot hear anything here. So let's roll it that way. Canada, Gail is in. Hello, Gail. Good evening. Today, Wednesday Wine Happy Hour. So hope everyone is doing well. Everyone had a great day. Spend part of the day down below at the beach, working down there while the kids were playing. So beautiful day, most of the day here in West Kelowna. So, tasting wines, putting some tasting notes together, and reaching out to a few business partner around the country, signing up a few new wineries for later in the summer. So it's been a great day. It's been fun. I think I got a 10. Oh, it's pretty good, pretty fun. So yeah, 5 o'clock Pacific, everyone, Mountain, everyone, Pacific time, Island, BC in general, the Fraser Valley, the Okanagan, everyone in the interior, to all of our partners and Western Canada wine regions, welcome. Hope everyone is having a great day. Our friends in Calgary, hope you guys had a great day as well. All the way Saskatchewan, Manitoba, our members out there was growing every day. And our people in Toronto, everywhere in Ontario, in Québec, en français, un beau bonjour à tout le monde, la belle région de Québec. Pierre, nos amis, Jean-Denis, la région de Sherbrooke, Chicoutimi, Victoriaville. Bonjour, maman, sur Instagram. J'espère que ça va bien. Tu prends un bon verre de vin. Everyone, New Brunswick, en français, in English, Northern Ontario, our friend in French as well. Les gens du Manitoba en français, le nord de l'Ontario, partout dans les provinces de l'Atlantique. On vous souhaite une très belle soirée. Merci de vous joindre à nous. Ce soir, on va parler de Meyer Family Vineyard, un petit peu comme hier. Daryl's joining us. Bonjour, bonjour, Daryl. Hope are you doing well? Pinots and Chard, just like you love them. Hey? A little bit of earthiness, lots of minerality, textbook, terroir, a little bit Burgundian style. We have a lot to talk about here, Daryl. Look at that lineup back there. So glad you're joining. So yeah, here I also have a cool little rosé. Hello, Mike, Canadian wine lovers. Our friend Mike from the Average Wine Enthusiast. Friends who tuned in and joined me on last Friday for World Chardonnay Day. Spend time with us chatting Chardonnay. So, Mike, hope you're doing well. You had a good day. A little recap. Last week, we had World Chardonnay Day first edition from that new world event that someone created. So, it was pretty cool. We were live for 4 hours and 15 minutes straight. We had like 5 guests, 5 or 6, I can't really remember. Cracked open 26 Chardonnays from all over the countries. And so we had a great chat. It was fun Chardonnay tasting. Some absolutely blew my socks off. Some of them we knew they were good because we were just revisiting again that Pearl Mauriset Chardonnay. I want to tell everyone, okay, because we talk about, first, that was on Friday, World Chardonnay Day. I tasted here, sitting here. At one point, Mira just like raised a white flag. She was like, stop bringing some to me. I can't do this anymore. So, but I tasted 26, but a taster of each, 26 bottles. So on Saturday night, I brought the whole box. So Saturday, we went to Lunescence. There was our virtual guided tasting with Lunescence, but called up my friend Rob Amersley, who's the owner of Black Market Wine Company that you guys know, like these fantastic wines at Black Market. But Rob and I become pretty good friends. He has kids, kind of age of my kids, so they're starting to play together. So call up Rob. I say, Rob, you know what? I have like 26 Chardonnays open, so it'll be fun if we taste and we chat about it. So we headed down to from West Kelowna all the way to Summerland at Lunescence, and right after Lunescence, zipped down to Caledon, right before Okanagan Falls, past Penticton, and we went to Black Market and revisited these 26 Chardonnays and fun stuff that we rated them all. We took notes on all of these shards, rated them, put a ranking together. So we got there at 6:30 and we tasted until like probably like 10 o'clock, until like our wives were like, you guys are mentals. Yeah, you guys are absolutely crazy. And my whole point is, remember, I would say 2 months ago when we featured Pearl Mauriset, and I said, I think this is the wine of the year, the Pearl Mauriset Cuvée 19e. I rated it 96 points. That Chardonnay was absolutely wonderful. That night, there was 5 of us on Saturday night at Black Market, rating rating them, and Pearl Mauriset was the first wine on everyone's list. No contest. And that is the kind of the conversation that we have with everybody, that pretty much after Pearl Mauriset, there was a big bunch of 94 and 93 points, 94, 93, 92 points, like all bundled up. I would say like 10, 12 wines out of the 26, maybe more, maybe like 14. Pearl Mauriset was on his own, in his own class. And that's pretty crazy because I rated it 96 in the past. And behind the scene, when I'm talking to Mira about my grading systems, and I'm always saying, I'm scared when I'm starting in that. Like, I'm one of the new wine reviewers, wine critic on the market. I don't want to be seen as one of them who give like a little bit like the James Suckling of the international wine reviews, right? We give like extremely high score to everyone, throwing scores like candy. So I'm really cautious about that. I have my own methodology, like bring the price into the equation. That 90 for me, it's the good, very good wine floor. 88 and 89, these are honest wines. And 91 to 93, these are great wine with some specific great feature in there. And from 94, 95, 96 are the rare stuff that we don't see a whole lot. And again, the proof is in the pudding that there was only one above 95 that was Pearl Mauriset that I want to tell you a little bit more. And above 94, it was only one more wine that, to me, on my rating, and it was the Mount Boucherie Original Vines, who on my list finished second. So anyway, fun enough that my 96, and that behind the scene, I've been telling Mira, like, this Pearl Morissette is the closest from what I've seen, what I've experienced of the perfect wine. I've tasted Checkmate before. I've tasted the Little Engines, all of the great Chardonnays from Canada. The Pearl Morissette is the closest from the perfection that I've seen, and the most unique, outstanding, blows my mind every time I have a sip. And again, the behind the scene, I always tell Mira it's more than 96. I just don't want people to think that I'm giving with the high score. And on Saturday, I was chatting with all of that group of 5 people, 6 people total. And I was telling them my feeling about that. And they said, like, what would be a real score if 96 is not enough? Because they were like that high, like 96, it was the other score. And I said, to me, I bump it up to 98 because that's truly my gut. That's what I'm thinking. So there we go. So the joke was, I'm coming out of the closet. I'm telling you guys my real thought. And yes, that's not 94. That's not 96. That's 98 points to me. But anyhow, my whole point in all that is Pearl Morissette was on his own, in his own class. His own class, weight class. There's nothing. Yes, close, because there was some outstanding Chardonnays in there. And just to give you a little bit of my breakdown on my list. So after Pearl Morissette, I had the Original Vines Chardonnay from Mount Boucherie at 95 points. That was number 2. And below that at 94, I had the Meyer behind me. The Meyer Micro Cuvée Chardonnay, who stood out. And we had 4 Meyer Chardonnay out of the 26. And they all score extremely high. Even the little $22, the entry level Okanagan Valley, at 91 on my rating. Someone else in there had it at 92. Two of other people had it at 92. So, yeah. So below the Mount Boucherie at 90, I had Meyer Micro Cuvée at 94, and I also had at 94 Carlo Estate Winery. So hi to Sherry Carlo if she's listening to me. I didn't report to you yet. I'm telling you, tie for the 3rd place with Meyer Family Vineyard Micro Cuvée, your 2017 Carlo Chardonnay was in the Eagle 3rd place of the 26 that we tasted. That Chardonnay was outstanding. Also rated at 94, we had, I would say, I think it's the 13th Street Weissek Vineyard, single vineyard, was absolutely out. I think for me was 93 though. Geez, I don't have my paper on me. Maybe I have a little blank. The Bella Terra, no. Foreign Affair, no. And also, I can tell you for a fact that the McLean Creek Chardonnay from Meyer was also at 93 points, so just below my top 5. The tribute to Bonnie Henry was at 92. This, and I had the Painted Rock Chardonnay was probably the biggest, fuller body, a little bit more California style than the others, but very well balanced. And the Painted Rock came out at 93 points pretty much on everyone. The Summerhill Biodynamic Home Vineyard, small micro production, finished very high as well. So we had a wonderful, wonderful time. And congrats to Meyer Family Vineyard in the sense that with 4 Chardonnays in that, because that's what they do, absolutely blew everyone's socks off with different aspect. And because 3 of them, no, 2 out of the 4 are come from the single vineyard, McLean Creek Road. So the home vineyard in Okanagan Falls, where it's really rocky. The minerality of these wines, they're really flinty, a little bit of a natural sulfur in there, makes it really terroir driven. So the McLean Creek Road entry level, the one at $40, is that typicity of terroir and purity of the fruit. And also we go with the micro cuvee. It was the best barrel, probably the best 6 barrel of all of the McLean Creek production Chardonnay. Now with more richness, with more finesse, and a little bit more of everything, because it's all the best barrel. So these are very terroir driven. You can tell from a mile away on the nose that's very specific vineyard. It's such a great experience. And you go with the tribute to Bonnie Henry. So just to backtrack about that, talking about Meyer, every year they choose one Canadian personality. Like example, 2017 vintage, they choose Joanie Rochette, a figure skater who won the Olympic gold while the day after her dad passed. Sorry about that. So anyway, every year they choose a personality in the Canadian business, in Canada, that can be politics, that can be whatever it is. And this year they choose Bonnie Henry because guess what? Agree or not of what she's doing, she put her life on the line. Like every day for the last 18 months, she's been out there. So anyhow, Jack and his team choose Bonnie Henry as a tribute, and they are giving $5,000 to Bonnie's charity of choice. So this is this year tribute. So now let's talk about the wine. This is from their home. From their vineyard in Naramata, the Old Main Vineyard. So they do a single vineyard Chardonnay from Naramata. Some years, if the bench has a better result than Okanagan Falls, so their micro cuvee might come from that vineyard. But from 2019, the one that we have here and the one that we tasted for World Chardonnay Day are from McLean Creek Road, but the tribute wine is from Naramata. Completely different perspective, completely different flavor profile, really, really different wines. So it's interesting to see like 2 single vineyard Chardonnay, but from a different place in the Okanagan. Okanagan Falls and Penticton on the bench, 25-minute drive, completely different. A little bit more oaky on the Old Main Road, the tribute wine. And by the way, if you're interested with that tribute, just shoot me a note. There's a very small quantity, so we can get you some, but it's not in the pack. We already have 4 different packs and 4 different Chardonnay on the pack. 2 in the pack A and 2 in the pack B. So yeah, single vineyards. And now when we move to the Okanagan Valley, this is their entry level and $22. What an incredible value. $22 with Meyer. Like this is the Meyer, the other way. So Meyer entry level, $22 little Chardonnay from 4 vineyards across the valley. Some from Anarchist Mountain Vineyard in Osoyoos, hot, warm, to bring more texture, to bring more sun, to bring more heat in the blend, more tropical fruit. There's from the McLean Creek Road in Okanagan Falls, their home vineyard. A little bit comes from there too. A little bit comes from the Old Main Road in Naramata, plus another vineyard in Naramata. So 4 different sources of grape that they throw in that. Only 20% of oak. So it's a little bit of oakiness, a little nice envelope to keep everything. But it's tropical. It's easy drinking. The perfect wine for the summer. So our panel on Saturday night, all really love. And if you put the price point in all that, it is one of the best value out there. So yeah. Ooh. Try to read here the comments, but I don't have my glasses. So I don't have my partner tonight. I'm solo because.
So can you hear me, Carl?
Nope.
No.
I cannot hear you. Maybe our people can hear you, but I can't. So we've been doing tests. Mira tries to figure that technology out. It's been working for a year now, but tonight it feels like it's not working. Let me know if you guys can hear Mira. Me, on the other side of the house, I can't. So not a big deal.
Yeah. So
I have enough.
you,
I have enough
I'm
juice
sure
here.
I'm sure everyone else can hear
But-
me, but Carl can't. So Carl, your microphone thinks that you, like your computer
Okay.
thinks your microphone is a speaker.
Well,
pretty
people
sure
say they can hear her, so I don't know what she's saying, but we can hear you. So great, awesome. I just don't know what you're saying. Woohoo! I'm gonna have a sip of rosé while you're saying hi to our people. Just give me the thumb up when you're done, okay? The beauty
So
of
this
the
will be
live,
fun.
man.
Yeah, I can say things to Carl, and he doesn't know what I'm saying. So I'll say what I really think because he doesn't know what I'm saying. But thanks for joining us, you guys. I was trying different things to see if I could get Carl to hear me, but I think it's his computer is a little confused tonight. Anyway, hope you guys are
Holy
doing
man,
well.
I love the rosé. Oh,
I love
that's
it
good.
too. Yeah.
Well
You know what I'll do? I'll mention one thing first, which is that if you guys leave a comment, I'm gathering your names for a little draw. We're going to do carrot chocolate again, which is this ridiculously good chocolate that got founded in the basement of Mission Hill Winery and now makes ridiculously delicious chocolate. So we'll do a draw for that a little later. And I also want to know what you're drinking if you haven't mentioned that yet. That'd be awesome.
Oh, you're done? Okay, that's the weirdest thing right now. I have no clue what she said. So, okay, let's pick someone. I would say, Daryl, can you please text me in the chat box what Mira just said? No, I'm just joking. Just joking.
It's okay.
So we had a bunch of people on Instagram. So I want to say thank you to Instagram to keep growing every week. We've been putting a lot of effort to grow the Instagram account. So hi to everyone on Instagram. We have Earl's Wine Club. We have E. McWater. So I'm not sure. It's maybe Aaron. But hi to, and it's maybe Robbie. Now is at Times Wine. Maybe Robbie's using Aaron account, but we have a McWater from Times Family of Wine on Instagram joining us. We have Mike 514. Also, we have Yannick Nadeau from Vancouver that put his order on today with Meyer and Mayhem. So yeah, so hi to everyone on Instagram. Keep coming, guys, on Instagram. Comment. We try to be active as much as possible because we know it's another great way to reach out to you and to show everyone what we're doing, how we do it, how different we are than all of the other wine clubs. We're fun, non-pretentious, try to make it like entertaining. It's fun to know that your business partner is talking, but it's weird to don't know at all what she's saying. But yeah, so tonight, Wednesday Wine Happy Hour. Welcome for the people who just tuned in. Hi, Vicky. Vicky's drinking Pondview Riesling Reserve 2017 vintage. Love that wine. So much tension, so much energy in that Riesling, bone dry. And Vicky, speaking about Pondview Bellaterra, I heard that they just released their Wild He's fermented Riesling, and it's an absolute bomb. I haven't tasted yet, but I cannot wait. I was talking with Marcel. Our Father's Day pack is coming your way. A great offer. Spoiler alert. With Pondview Bellaterra, 4 wines, apron. It's a barbecue set for Father's Day. So all the men here, all the dads who are listening to me, make sure you forward that offer to your wife or your kid so you can get that awesome Father's Day gift barbecue set from Pondview Bellaterra coming your way this weekend. No, Marcel is not here tonight. We spoke together this afternoon, Vicky. You know what? Sick and tired of talking with Marcel every time. No, I'm just joking. He's the best out there. We're having a lot of fun putting some new stuff together. So big news coming out of from the winery soon. They're working hard on different things. So, but I heard that their wild yeast fermented Riesling is the bomb. So yeah, okay. So welcome to all of our new listener from across the country. It is now what 8:30 Eastern time. It is 5:30 here Pacific. So we're talking today Meyer Family Vineyard and Mayhem Family Vineyard and Mayhem Wine. So a family affair. If you guys had a chance to look at the interview behind the scene, the impromptu interview that we've done with Meyer, we choose to put that on our website as the video offer because it was just too cool. These guys are cool. These guys are fun. Even if there's one, I would say to me, they are probably the closest, specifically Meyer. Okay, let's take Mayhem out of the equation for a second. We're going to get back with Mayhem and explain a little bit what's the purpose of Mayhem. But Meyer, they're probably the closest of what Burgundy can do here in Canada. This is Canadian Burgundian wine, the closest from what I know in terms of minerality, in terms of earthiness, in terms of style. Stylistically, I would tend to say they're closest, way closer from the old world than from the new world than what they do in California or Pinot Chardonnay. Let's give me some other region here. Pinot Chardonnay, California, whatever it can be. Australia, New Zealand, let's say. So I really, if for people who like the old world style Pinots and Chardonnay, Meyer is the way to go. If you like really fruity, big, juicy, full body Pinots, sometimes you wonder if it's Oregon, you're right, Mike. No, different style. This is more acidity. This is more spice. This is more earth. It's all about the dirt, the rock underneath. So that's what they do. And when you look at the full lineups and what Meyer does, it's Pinots and Chard. That's it. There's no other question around. That's what they do. Single vineyards, mostly single vineyards and special cuvées from different vineyards. They like mostly Okanagan Falls and Naramata. So here in Mayhem, who was started by Terry Meyer Stone, it's Jack's sisters. So the brand is more of, and I will not call it the Meyer's second label. It's not what it is. Mayhem is more a celebration of a tribute to more affordable, more value wine. No, okay, let me rephrase it. Everyday drinking wine. Even if Meyer, with their $22 Chardonnay, the McLean Creek Road, but the McLean Creek Road Chardonnay and Pinots are $40. So now we're kind of far from the everyday drinking for a lot of people. So here come Mayhem wines. They have a nice Gewürztraminer. They do also a Pinot Gris that it's not in the pack. They also do the Gewürz, the Rosé. Now we're going to talk about the Rosé and the Gewürztraminer coming up. But first, I want to give Mira the floor here. And because you know about this, like I want you to tell people a little bit about our trip that when we drove out there on Saturday, and tell people what you experience when we drive there with the scenery, how special the site can be, and a little bit about the story about Jack and how they started Mayhem, Meyer Mayhem.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, we drove out here last week with my parents, actually, stopped by the winery. And it's in Okanagan Falls, which is freaking gloriously beautiful. So there's the tasting room there. But the picture doesn't do it justice. So in behind there, they actually have I think that's maybe an older picture. They have all these areas where you can sit. There's like a fire pit area. There's a bunch of little gazebo type things throughout the vineyard. And you can tell it's a place where people have enjoyed themselves and it's set up for people's enjoyment. You know, they've thought that through. So it's a really fun place to visit. It's beautiful. Here's a picture of Jack Meyer, who is the founder with his wife. And then Terry Meyer, who runs Mayhem Wines, is Jack's sister and her husband. So the four of them operate the winery. Jack Meyer was in finance. I think he was a stock trader or broker or something like that in Alberta for many years, and then decided to buy a winery because they had 3 daughters, I think, 2 or 3 daughters. And so they decided to have a change of pace, move out to Okanagan Falls and start a winery. So I love that story. And they knew they wanted to do really well-made single vineyard Burgundian style wines. Now, Carl is on mute. I'm going to have to tell him he's on mute. He can't hear me.
Am I back? I'm just talking to Instagram. Because there's probably that awkward silence because our people in Instagram cannot hear you. So I was just explaining stuff.
Awesome.
So are you done? Yes,
well,
no?
Yeah, I just talked about,
yeah. Okay.
You can't hear me,
so
but
I have
that's
no
hilarious.
idea what she said, but probably she mentioned that it was beautiful and really special.
Yeah. And then the winemakers. So this is their winemaker for Meyer. I believe his name is Chris. This is AJ. And they're both really experienced winemakers. And they actually hired the head winemaker for Meyer Wines before the winery was even open because they had this vision and they were getting ready to go. So yeah, pretty vision-filled kind of place. I think they are about 15 years old, Meyer. And then Mayhem is a good 3 to 4 years or so. So a newer version. But anyway, I'll let Carl take back over. Go, Carl.
I guess I see that. That's usually what that mean at home when she does this. That's mean something. So you're done. There you go. Woo! We love technology. Beautiful. So, beautiful experience, ma'am, is one of the most spectacular sights. Hi.
See, I should just come in here and then you can hear me and see me.
There you go. And it's way less weird for people on Instagram just watching me not saying anything.
Yeah,
People's like, what's wrong with that guy?
So Mike has a great question.
Yes.
You mentioned to everyone what a cuvee is because we have quite a few cuvées in the pack this week.
Yes. So micro cuvee or so let's start the term cuvee. The term cuvee will be related usually with a special blend. Usually cuvee, special blend. It will be probably the best definition. There's not necessarily a textbook what cuvee is, what cuvee would be, what cuvee should be. Cuvee can be used for different terminology, but mostly here, what's the cuvee mean? Come here, the micro cuvee, just get the term micro, small, so small batch. Cuvee can mean batch as well, so, or a special blend. We can find that sometimes into champagnes or sparkling when we say we have a special cuvee. So it will be the special blend or a small batch who is made aside of the mainstream wine that would be every year one of the flagship of one of the wine that people are expecting. If you have a special cuvee, if you have something different, like from here, if let's take Meyer for example here. So McLean Creek Road is the home vineyard. They do 500 cases of the McLean Creek Road vineyard. It's on the Pinot side, Pinot or Chardonnay, but pretty much the same for Pinot and Chardonnay. And so this is their biggest production on the Meyer. But out of that McLean Creek Road, they will do the micro cuvee. The micro cuvee some years can be made from their vineyard in the Ramada on the old main vineyard or from the McLean Creek Road. But in the case of Meyer, it's for the it's for the best barrel. So that's the one they're going to call the micro cuvee. So the top, let's say in this case, 25 cases per barrel, 250 cases. The top 10 barrel after blending, before blending, the top 10 barrel, when the winemaker and Jack walk in the barrel room and taste every single barrel, they would say, okay, these 10 barrels are the 10 top barrel. Let's put them aside. And we're going to do our micro cuvee with that and give them their special oak treatment, the special blending treatment all together. And it's going to be one of the top end. Okay. Micro cuvee for Meyer. That's the definition of this one. Also, you could have like the old block cuvee. Old block will be in the McLean Creek Road vineyard. There's a special plot. It was the first vine planted in 1994, if I'm not mistaken. So these vines are now 25-year-old. And when you walk the vineyard, you can see it. These trunks are like, well, boy, bigger than that. These are like bigger trunk, older vines. Older vines produce, well, the roots goes deeper in the soil, so get more nutriment. They've got more minerality, so it makes special wine. Doesn't produce as much. The older your vine is, less crops you have, but better concentration, more complexity, more concentration in the grapes it gives you. So you like to have you don't want to have all of your vineyard in old vines. You know what? Because you're too low in production. If you have a good mix of younger, more vibrant vines and some old vines, and now you got to get mixed to make different style of wines. So, but the old block cuvee here is exclusively from these old vines. So aside, you will keep a few to go in your general blend. In this case, some maybe one or two barrel can go in the micro cuvee because it's still in the same vineyard, and maybe one barrel can go into the McLean Creek Road vineyard in general, the $40 wine, just to give a little bit more depth. But you want to keep, in this case, it's 100 cases. You keep your top four barrel of your old block. Now you make your special cuvee, old block cuvee. So now it's kind of cool because you have three bottles here in this pack from the same vineyard, McLean Creek Road vineyard, the home vineyard. But there's three different wines for Pinots. You got the regular McLean Creek Road, so single vineyard, bigger production. Also, you got the micro cuvee from the best barrel, and you got the old block. So there's the term of the cuvee here. These are the special wine made aside with something very specific in there. Mike, hope that helped. Hope I phrased it properly and it's clear for people. So give me a thumb up if you think that it was pretty much the type of answer you were expecting. Let's get back here to the chat box. We're talking here. The Vicky is talking about the cuvee as well. Linda just joining us says she's polished off Elder Vicar from Mount Bushtree. She's gonna have to order more. She's moving on to some red now with Three Sister on the Naramata bench. So I've never tried the Three Sisters, so it will be interesting. I would love to swing by very soon. Linda, we still have our link open with Mount Bushry. If you're interested, I can send you the link, and we can reorder and add a few other thing around your elder vicar if you are interested. And if you like Chardonnay and you missed the beginning of the show, Linda, I mentioned my second favorite Chardonnays from World Chardonnay Day. My number 2 on my list at 95 points was Mount Bushry Original Vine Chardonnay. Absolutely outstanding. Okay, so here. So let's review here. We've been on for 40 minutes talking a lot about different stuff about Meyer, about Mayhem. But so let's review the whole lineup, starting with the rosé. Not sure if Mira has the overlay here. Yes or no? Oh. We didn't really enjoy that Megalomaniac. It was disappointing. We were excited, and Megalomaniac Chardonnay disappointed me. We went like I don't know, 84, maybe 86 points. It was not what we were expecting. So Mayhem Rosé. So I think, if I remember correctly, we're at 94% Merlot, 6% Cabernet Franc, something around these lines. Okay. Oh, here you go. So 95 and a half Merlot, 4.5 Cab Franc. I was pretty close. 91 points from the BC Wine Trend. If I just tasted, I think it's excellent. $23 tax in, right, Mira? These prices are tax in. So a $20 rosé, fantastic. Full body. Here we got 2 different big red grape varietal. There's no white wine in this. Merlot Cab Franc. It's rich. There's a beautiful texture, high acidity, zippy acidity. I really enjoy that. Perfect for food. I'm on board with the 91 points from the BC Wine Trend. I absolutely second that. If I didn't know the score, I would have gave 90 plus 91. That's exactly what it is. The reason why I say that high at 91, 90 plus 91, it's $20. I would say it's impressive for the price. There's a richness. There's a complexity, a long finish, spicy finish. I love that. Perfect food wine, but it's also perfect, quenchable on the patio. Red cherries, raspberries, a little bit of watermelon in the mid palate, a tiny bit of herbs. I would say probably like basil. There's a little bit of herbs in there, so and even a little bit of tannin, a nice grip, gentle grip at the end. So, well done. Like I mentioned, quenchable. Like this is going to be a hit this summer at like here in the Okanagan, 30 degrees for a couple months. This will go down. It might become the boucher every day when we host people. That might be we have a special fridge in the second living room, and that might be the one where we're gonna fill up. I love the brand. I love how they complement each other, and so a little bit more production. All the fruits are from Anarchist Mountain, so Mayhem owns a big plot of wine on Anarchist Mountain in Osoyoos, the Anarchist Vineyard. So just like you can imagine, hot and dry down there, great for Merlots, and this mostly Merlot planted, small plot of Cabernet Franc. So it's all not about estate fruit in the sense that it's owned by Mayhem. So they control the whole process with these grapes. So bang on, I love it. And on board with the 91 points from the BC Wine Trend. I just wish it was a little colder, but we had a little bit of a logistic problem here. The kids went on the drink fridge this afternoon, left it open, and here you go. Blame it on the kids. Yes, there's 3 of them. I'm going to split the blame in 3. What do you think, Mira? 1 thumb up, 2 thumb up?
This is a 2 thumbs up for sure.
Yeah? How many glasses on the bottle?
So if a bottle's 5, this is like a 3-4. A lot of my wines are 3-4. That's the problem. And there's only been, but it's kind of near the 4 mark. Like this is a great wine. This is like the kind of wine you take a sip and you go, pretty great. Yeah, pretty good. You know, we were talking about these reactions you have on the first sip the other day when we were rating all those Chardonnays, and it's true. Like some wines you go, oh, that's interesting. Some wines, your first sip, you're like, what the heck is that? That's amazing, right? So this is the kind where it's kind of like, that's better than I was expecting. That's great. So there you have it. Mira's rating scale.
I have no idea what she said. She may have told you that she's seeing someone else, and I would say like, sure, but I'm sure it was completely relevant, and I'm sure she loves the Mayhem Rose because I was watching the first sip, and I see her body language was quiet. She feels like she was quite pleased with it. I love it. I love the tannin and the spice on the back end. So typical red wine, red grape varietal rosé. So yeah. The Gewürztraminer now. The Gewürz is bone dry, bone dry, lychee, textural, super food friendly. Also. Ginger, lots of ginger in that. We crushed that with the in-laws, with some charcuteries and cheese the other day down in the backyard. So it was really enjoyable. There is no sweetness in there. Like this is some of the Gewürztraminer are off dry. Here, it's bone dry, fermented dry. Stainless steel, very fresh, complex, because I love Gewürztraminer myself because of the texture, but because of the complexity. There's so many things going on in the Gewürztraminer, and sometimes you use oak, it gives it super textural, a little bit like Alsatian, but this is a little bit more what I put in my tasting notes here. It reminded me the region of Alto Adige in Italy, like near the border in the north. So mountainous region. So it reminds me that style of wine. So really dry, but beautiful. I give it a 90 points. Another great summer favorite because of the non-sweetness. Let's put it that way. So very well made. Like bang on lychee, herbs, chamomile, and also ginger. So really well spread out. Give me that with some grilled sausage or some charcuterie. I'm happy. Okay. So that's for the second white. On the first pack number 1, pack A, we also have the 2020 Chardonnay. Also with the Gewürztraminer and the Rosé just released. The Rosé hasn't even hit the market yet. It is not available anywhere but Carl's Wine Club. They are sending their Wine Club order next week. So we're even pre-Wine Club. Shoot. I promise, Jack, that I won't mention that. But we're the first. We're the first with the rosé, the 2020 Meyer Okanagan Valley. They're still on the 19 on their website. This is the brand new release. We are the first to market. We love that. So hopefully you guys enjoy that as well, because this is a good. Often Meyer sell out with their own wine club. And I'm happy because one of our competitors did an offer with Meyer earlier, like a month ago, but with all of the old release, like we are the first to get to market with all of that great juice. So we are absolutely thrilled. The 2020, again, the 2020 Okanagan Valley Chardonnay, that little guy here, one of my favorite value. Remember last year I gave the Bellaterra Chardonnay Shirley value of the year. This one is taking the lead for value of the year at $22 all in. Tax in for a Meyer fruit, for a Meyer brand, where they're usually $40 to $65 for 22. This is freaking to die for. Like, that can be the everyday drinking. If you're a Chardonnay drinker and you like to crush Chardonnay, couple bottles a week, that's the one to get. I'm not joking. That's the one you want to have. People, your guests will absolutely love that. Versatile, nice little oak. I said little, only 20% in neutral. Tropical, easy drinking. It's not the scratch my head, so complex single vineyard that we got in the other cuvee. No, this is the entry level. But for $22 freaking dollars, this is fantastic. I feel like if I do the ShamWow commercial, ShamWow. No? Okay. There you go. So another Meyer, the other Meyer bottle that we have that I tasted live yesterday, it's the Merlot Cabernet Franc. So basically here what we have, it's the red version of the rosé. There's a nice earthiness in there. And I had some bacon and a tomato fresh bacon, like thick bacon on the barbecue after the show last night with a couple sip of that just to see how it was with food. And this is fantastic. Last night I gave it an 89 plus point. I would say, and I really like the way that I think it was John Szabo from Wine Alliance, and he said there was a polished Bordeaux blend from the Okanagan. It's not overpowering. It's not super rich. It's not super powerful. It's medium body, but there's a nice length and a nice earthiness. So I really, really, really like what they're doing with that at $25. Top of the line, kind of with let's say the mid-level from Mayhem. Now, to finish up the Mayhem, I have the Merlot Reserve from Single Vineyard Anarchist Mountain Vineyard from Osoyoos. So here we have 100% Osoyoos Reserve Merlot. There's really like ripe plum on the nose. It's absolutely exploding out of the bottle. I give it a little decant. There's a nice dirt in there too. Also, it's a little bit. Oof. Ripe fruit, definitely. Oh, this is good. For people who like big Merlots, I don't know if you recall, but I don't know if you had ever tried. For me, when I think big, full body South Okanagan Merlot, I usually think Rust. The sister company from Mount Boucherie makes some trios of Merlot from different single vineyard from Oliver and Osoyoos. This is, to me, the bar. And that reminds me that kind of thing right now. Really, really ripe fruits, ripe plum, black cherry. Like talk about like ripe fruit, ripe plum, ripe some silky tannin. It's not something grippy, sandy. It's round, it's silky. They're present, there's spice. There's a good length and a great richness. So I definitely give it a 90 plus. I would go with 91 with that one. 91 will be my call. It's a $40 wine, but it's big. If you like, you know what? I would love that with a piece of meat on the barbecue. Absolutely. Something with fat, maybe a ribeye steak will be great with that. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's 90-10. So 90% Merlot, 10% Cab Franc. Yeah. Oh, I love that. It's rich. There's the appropriate amount of acidity as well. It's not heavy. It's not something flabby. It's 2019. I will not sit on that for 10 years though. It's something I would say 5 to 6, because at the second that the acidity will go down, it's maybe why I'm not going more than 91, because now I love that. To me, from my style of the style of wine that I like to taste, I like them vibrant. I like them with tension. I don't necessarily go crazy for the secondary aromas or the tertiary aromas of oxidation. So right now it's great. I love that. I love that way. And give me a piece of meat with that, I'm all for it. Okay, I think that Mira, before I get into some of the Meyer and tell you my opinion on some of these top Pinot, because I've talked about the Chardonnays, before I give you a quick fire firepower on Pinot Noir, I will let Mira. I think Mira would like to do the draw, because today we also have, what do we have, Mira?
What do we have today? The chocolates? Maybe I'll come over to see you, but then I can't start the draw. We also have, yes, the chocolates. So we gave a couple of these away live recently. We discovered this chocolate place called Carrot, and it started out of Mission Hills Winery. This is the outside of the shop here in Kelowna. It's super cute.
Oh, I guess that we have chocolate.
And that's what they look like. I'm
going to mute myself. And
so they are outrageously good. They are, some wineries pair them with different wines, and they make special truffles to pair with certain bubblies and stuff like that. So you can experiment with them. They are awesome. So here you go. Thanks for stopping by, you guys. We're going to click to spin in 1 second here and see who wins today's Wine Wednesday prize. Kim Vanderjagt. Congrats, Kim. We'll reach out to you, Kim, a little later and send you those chocolates. That is awesome. Great. So there you have it. That's our winner. Congrats, Kim. Derek says they look beautiful, and they look amazing, and they taste even better. They're great. Thanks so much, Gail. All right, Carl, tell us about the Pinots.
So I'm just having another, like a little smokiness here on the nose with the Merlot Cab Franc, 90% Merlot, 10% Cabernet Franc. I'll be curious what it's going to be a little later on tonight. Maybe the Cab Franc will start to pop up with a little bit of not green pepper, but the little bit of pyrazine in the good way. I get a little bit of Coca-Cola, that cherry cola.
Super enjoyable wine. That's all I can say. All right.
All right, go. Full body, though. Really like that. So let's get back to Pinot Noir, because we have 3 Pinots. So one in the pack A, who's with the three bottles of Meyer. 3 Meyers. No, 3 Mayhem. The Gewürz, the Rosé, and the Merlot Cabernet Franc. Also with the Chardonnay Okanagan Valley and the duo of McLean Creek Road, Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. So the Pinot Noir here, there you go. Boom. Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. And let's see here, I have the McLean Creek Road Pinot Noir that I have here in my glass that I tasted live last night. We're talking about, like I mentioned live yesterday, it's great minerality, nice earthiness, dark cherry, red cherry. That's funny because I just tasted the single vineyard Merlot. Now I'm going on the opposite side of the spectrum, earthy and lighter body, because it's a medium body, but really focused, precise. Again, that's why I mentioned earlier yesterday. I like the tension in there. Now the tannin are good. It dries up my mouth. It's a dry style of Pinot Noir, a little bit more old world style. There's a little bit of mushroom on the nose mixed with these red cherries, but there's a little bit of creaminess as well, who makes it not as edgy as it could be for a very young Pinot. This one will be a 5 to 6 years. A 5 to 6 years of aging. I would say peak in a year or so, 2019. But this is the little brother, if I can put it that way. This is the little brother of the micro cuvée and the cousin of the old block. Okay. So these are mostly coming from vibrant vines. And there's a beautiful acidity. To me, a $40 Pinot like this one has to be fleshy in acidity. It's bright, it's beautiful, and it's very well made. I gave it a 93 points. It's premium, it's long, and there's, like every great Pinot, a load of complexity. There's a transformation here from the red cherry going on to a little bit of tobacco box, coming also moving towards the end with a little bit more of a forest floor, and finishing off with some clove. I would say clove is the spice that I find in the backhand here. So single vineyard, pinpoint, really precise. There's no like, oh, all the way around. Like, no, it's really, really precise. You cannot mistake. So they're all Meyer for the Pinot, the McLean Creek Road. This one here, okay, I would say 6 years. That's where he's going to enter his window of prime drinkability in 18 months, let's say. But for me, I really enjoyed it that way because I like them fleshy. I like them with tension. and fresh. So that's my style. I like them that way. 18 months, this one will mellow down a little bit. And I'm going to give it probably, like I mentioned, until 2026 will be the end of a fresh, youthful, a little bit more energetic McLean Creek Road Vineyard. Okay, hope that helped this one. The bigger brother, the Micro Cuvée, another 93 points. I gave them the same score because of the price point. There's a $25 difference. So with the Micro Cuvée, there's a little bit more richness. There's more complexity. There's more length, and there's more definition in the flavors. We're going here. We're going here with a, I would say more a 10-year lifespan with the Micro Cuvée. And here, this is my Micro Cuvée. Another, because this one is young, beautiful acidity. There's a little bit more richness than you find in the original McLean Creek Road. So I love that it's more premium. It's more luxurious on the mouth. There's more that softness. Even I would lay this one down for another year or two as well. Just this one, just forget it for a couple years. The McLean Creek Road, the other one, it's enjoyable now. This one, I like it, but I will lay down just to bring a little bit more complexity and get rid of a few edge. I would say it can be a little edgy. But 10 years with the Micro Cuvée, I will not be scared. With my style of how I like my wine, I will not be shy to leave it until 2026 in the cellar. And that's probably where it's going to be, like right here. Not here and not here. So right at the top of the curve, 2026, that's where. And a good 3 years after, where it can evolve, get a little bit more into the into that past past the top prime, I would say. And to finish with the old block. So the old block to me is the Burgundy. Is a little bit more of the Pommard. It's darker. It's deeper. It's a little bit more the dark cherry. It's more of a little bit of the plum. There's a lot of cedar box. A lot more of wet forest floor. So when you crack that, you're like, whoa, okay, now we're going into another dimension. It's a little bit more like the Pommard place, like, or a little bit more geeky, I would say, or the people who grew up with Burgundy style of Pinots. Also the length, it's never ending. It's just like evolve and evolve and evolve. There's spices at the end. There's pepper at the end. Like I'm talking about black cracked pepper. So Premier Cru-ish, I would say Premier Cru-ish, absolutely. A little bit darker color as well, more extraction. I would say if we talk about a cru, I would say, let me think here. Okay. You haven't worked with the Burgundy in a long time now. I would say it's kind of skipped like my mind, but yes, more Premier Cru-ish, maybe Vaudreuil, but also maybe a little bit more like also like Pommard or Nuit Saint-Georges. Nuit Saint-Georges can be something also appropriate for that old block, but definitely dirt, a little bit meatier as well. Yes, Mike, Pommard, it's a little bit more on the full body, or Nuit Saint-Georges can be something like the same comp. So yeah, and the same thing in the Micro Cuvée, I would say the old block, let's forget about it until at least 2023. Lay it down. 2024. Oh, come on, Daryl. You like, okay. So now I have to find Vosny Romani-ish. That's easy. Sure. So let me keep. I haven't tried a whole lot of Prince Edward County. Maybe that's where I'm gonna find it. Here from Western Canada, from the Okanagan. I don't think that I get that. It's a little bit warm, too warm here. I would say Vosny Romani-ish. Maybe Prince Edward County is my go-to. Maybe I can find this Premier Cru-ish style of the, and maybe I'm banking, maybe Carlo will be. I haven't tried their Pinot. Maybe that's going to be where, because I was so impressed with their Chardonnay. I'm not sure what their Pinot is going to get me, but yeah, I'm keep looking for it. I'm keep looking. I get that as a mission there. I will look around, but I think Okanagan wise, maybe I have more chance in Kelowna, but I've not find anything in Kelowna area with that kind of Premier Cru-ish, or not Premier Cru, Grand Cru-ish. So stay tuned about that. We'll see. But right now it's TBD. No idea for now. But yeah, that old block is the granddad of the whole lineup here. The one where overseeing everything. That's the patriarch of the Pinot hierarchy. From there, 94 points in my book. It was something fantastic. Okay. Derek is mentioning some stuff here about Prince Edward County, like Keen He and Clausen Chase, Rose Hall Run, maybe. To be honest, all of these names, I think that Keen He, I don't know if I pronounce this properly, but Vicky had a Chardonnay from them open on World Chardonnay Day, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't tried any of these three. Prince Edward County was completely out of my radar when I started what I do. It's a region where I did not experience anything from there. So now I'm just getting into it. So again, to be determined, stay tuned. We'll see where we but yeah, Mira's mentioning the restrictions going to ease up, and we already have a few things planned with Ontario. So it's coming. It's going to happen at some point. We just need to be ready to hop on the plane when it's available. So yeah, this micro cuvee Pinot Noir is really, really good. You know what? Even if I say I enjoy it that way personally. So there you go. So I have to say that next week we're taking a break of regular offer. We're gonna have a few, but we have a flash offer coming on Friday. I didn't find anything. The general manager at Desert Hills called me 2 days ago. He said, "Carl, guess what I found in the warehouse?" I'm like, "What? What did you found?" He found 15 double magnum of the Mirage 2013. I'm not kidding. He said, "I found 15 bottles of that in the warehouse behind a pallet of wine that we forgot there." So he said, "I want to know, is the club, would you be interested to have 10 for the club?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." So Friday, not tomorrow, but Friday morning, we're going to send you a flash offer. Only 10 available. Double Magnum, 3 liters of Mirage, so 2013. It's going to be pretty cool. So we have that coming up on Friday. In 2 weeks, I'm going to have a summer pack Washington State, Kelowna, with my friend Effie at Tender Hope. We're going to do 2 rosés, 1 white, and 2 different Cabernet Sauvignon from Washington State as well with Tender Hope. So all wines that we haven't featured before, because it's our second offer with Tender Hope. So we're going to do that in 2 weeks. And after that, it's intersections. So stay tuned on the 12th or something like that. There's intersection coming. This is a long time coming. It's been one of the members' favorite. People are asking. So yeah. So that's what's coming up. Did I forget anything, Mira?
That sounds awesome.
Awesome. So before now, the computer is running out of battery, Mira.
Uh-oh.
So we're not plugged in. The light just dimmed. So I have to let you go before everything crashed. So thanks everyone for tuning in across the country. Carl's Wine Club members, Canadian wine lovers, thank you for tuning in again tonight. And another great show. Meyer Family Vineyard, Mayhem Wine. Our offer is ending tomorrow. So let's get to it. There's not a whole lot left in stock anyway. So get to it. This is an outstanding pack. Jack Meyer and his teams are iconic in Western Canada, well known as the best. So question here, Mike, $237 tax in. Okay, that's the price for the Jeroboam of Mirage 2013. $237, including tax. And I think he's charging $25 for shipping. So, fair price. I was pretty impressed. When he told me the price, I'm like, oh, wow, awesome. So, yeah, 1 bottle, $237, quadruple bottom, so 3 liters. Fun for parties. Things are reopening up, so we're going to have people in the backyard soon. There's one coming for Daddy here, okay? So there's not 10 available. There's 9 available.
There you go. Yeah, because I think we can have 50 people now in BC for outdoor gatherings starting really soon. So that's where you need a Jeroboam. All right. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you, guys. You guys rock. And we'll see you next week, or maybe something's gonna come up this weekend, and we'll be driving in the wine country and we'll do a live impromptu. We never know. That's how we are. We're crazy like that. We love what we do. We love our members. Stay tuned. Talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.